TRUTALK, brought to you by TRULAND Equipment. Join us as we explore cutting-edge machinery, groundbreaking technology, and inspirational stories from the field.
From the dedicated efforts of our team members to the triumphs and challenges of our farmers, TRUTALK brings you along every step of the way.
Whether you're a seasoned agriculturalist or simply curious about the industry, tune in to discover the fascinating intersection of technology, agriculture, and green machines.
TRUTALK, cultivating true conversations.
So what are we talking about today, Jordan or Jolynn?
I would say, ask Jolynn.
Ask Jolynn. I was told our customer support for the 2025 season, so that includes our call center and then also service agreements.
Customer support packages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had done an episode in the past on ExpertConnect, and I just think that as that program and platform grows and as we get more comfortable with it, our customers become more comfortable with it, it grows to different departments in the dealership, parts, service, precision ag, we're all using it now. As it becomes more seamless and integrated, I think that it's important to bring that topic back up and then also talk about the backside of that. So how does that affect our customers? How does it benefit our customers? And then what is the pricing? Because I think it's important that we're transparent about that. You know, this isn't a completely free service, but there are situations where it is.
It's, you know what? It's a good time of year to talk about it. It's definitely gained in popularity since we've merged, and it's a good time for customers to be thinking about some of this stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I mean, we're in the preseason readiness. I've started to have grower meetings. We're starting to talk about what does our operation and our organization look like for the upcoming 2025 year. I think that there's a lot of people that are in that same time frame in their mind. We're not quite to setting our planner up, getting that ready, getting it out. It's literally snowing right now, but we're close.
When that snow was holding off all of December, I was like, oh my gosh, guys are going to get their planners out in February. Like,
we're going to start planning in March.
Runoffs. I'm glad it snowed. It kind of reminded everyone that it's still winter, but I think that itch is definitely...
The Farmer's Almanac. Are you a Farmer's Almanac person?
I own a Farmer's Almanac. I haven't read it in a couple weeks.
So it says that the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes. Yeah. But our TRULAND territory, it says that we are in for a heck of a snowfall at the end of January and then again at like the second or third week in February.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard too. So
it's usually pretty right, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, that's why it's been around for so long, because it's accurate.
Also, who writes it? I don't know.
I have no idea.
The farmer, like, are you gonna fire the farmers that write the Farmers Almanac? I don't know
who does write it? I don't know.
I'm sure it's a historical piece that just they've got little patterns when they look through history and they just predict things, and they're usually
But honestly, all the publications that the Farmer's Almanac comes out with, like, I wonder where do they work out of? I've never thought about that before today.
Look it up. Google it. Where does the Farmer's Almanac
is it like a conglomeration of a bunch of different places that just all meet for one week out of the year and be like, we're going to crank it out?
It's some really old guy that lives up on a hill that everybody goes to for advice. The old wise guy.
Yeah, except for nobody knows about him.
Right.
Okay, so it comes from the work of Robert B. Thomas, a school teacher and bookbinder who first published the Old Farmer's Almanac in 1792.
I'm going to guess he's not
still
writing it.
Thomas based his almanac on Benjamin Franklin's Poor Richard's Almanac.
Awesome.
So it's all about solar activity, astronomy cycles, and weather patterns.
Nice.
It's based on Galileo's theory that sunspots influence Earth's climate and weather.
So now who writes it? Who
Probably Chad Lance. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past that.
Well, we'll have to ask Chad what his side hobbies are. Does Chad have hobbies other than John Deere?
It's a good question.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think that they're their own entity now. Like, I think that the Farmer's Almanac is self-sustaining. I don't think that there's like a guy on the hill, but
might still be.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're probably at a point where they're just copying certain years now. You know?
Maybe this Robert B. Thomas also found the Fountain of Youth.
Probably.
So he's still living up there.
Like Cocoon, yeah.
But I'm sure
Anyway.
they don't work alone, just like our customers don't work alone.
Right.
Ooh, look
Great
at that segue.
Man.
Learning from Jordan. This is what
Nice.
happens
Yeah.
when I listen to every podcast.
Our farmers are definitely not alone, particularly with the ExpertConnect call center, right? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're here to support them. That's what today's episode is about.
that's right.
Yeah.
So what is it?
What is? Okay, so our customer support, I call it a hotline. Customer support center, however you refer to it, there's a bunch of different names for it. But basically, it is the fastest way that you can get your questions answered when you need your questions answered. So like historically, every store had like a precision ag person, AMS, consultant, whatever you want to call them. And if that customer or that person was in the cab with another person, they're not going to answer their phone call when you call them. You have to wait an hour, at least 15 minutes probably, but maybe a couple hours. I know I've been returning phone calls a couple hours after the fact. But often it's not like a question that should be waited or that you should wait to answer. A lot of the time it's, I'm sitting on the edge of the field. I would like to go run this machine right now, but I'm just missing that one button. So this phone number, you can call it, you can text it. That is your quick response. I don't care where the answer comes from. I just need an answer.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's fully staffed every day, right? And that's the premise behind it is we're used to having the one guy we always call at the store, but that one guy could be busy, could be overloaded, could be off. And we've got a line that's staffed by a number of people every day sitting in front of a computer waiting for your phone call, right?
And I think more specifically, people typically have a tech that they have their cell phone number, and that is not efficient if we have those techs out on other jobs, because when you need that tech, I'm sure that 50 other people do as well. So we want to eliminate that. And then on top of that, we also have people who call their account managers or their salesmen. Again, not efficient because multiple people are trying to get a hold of them at once.
Well,
on top of them doing their day-to-day job.
Right, and they may turn around and have to call us anyway, you know.
Yeah.
So-
It's just eliminating multiple points of contact.
Right. And you know what? We've been merged for a year and a half-ish, right? Is that
Just
about right?
August of 23. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Feedback's been great from the customers. The experience from us has been good with our teammates, and it works. I mean, the bottom line is it works. So we want to be able to answer our growers' questions efficiently. And, you know, again, going back to the fact that it may not be the guy that you think you were going to call originally, but there's someone there, or the guy or gal, there's someone there waiting for your phone call and has their resources in front of them ready to answer your question. And, you know, I believe we've saved a fair amount of service calls with this.
Yeah.
Phone
Service calls, idle time. And like you made a good point, Josh, like that person that's dedicated to that phone number during that day, they are in front of their computer. How often are the rest of us answering phone calls and be like, oh, I've got to look that up. Like, let me just get back to you.
Or I'll be back to the office in 20 minutes. I'll get back to you, right?
Yeah, or let me pull over and get this sketchy hotspot working, you know, where I have half service.
But like when I'm on call center, I've got both my screens. I've got owner's manuals, tech manuals. I've got our internal chat, CCM. I've got everything open.
Right.
And we all know that Jolynn has everything open.
That's why
You only have 2 screens.
Yeah. I cannot manage that many.
2 and then your laptop?
No, laptop and secondary. Honestly, the stuff that I struggle to find, I just write it down, and I've got like a line of sticky notes on my.
There it is. There. That's your 3rd screen right there.
I use a
That's
lot
my
of
3rd.
Post-its too. Yeah.
Ethernet
Jolynn's
cables,
FAQ.
that's got a list. Common DTAC solutions, that's got a list.
Okay, so we've already talked about what our staffing looks like, but I want to talk about and what it is, but I want to talk about some hard facts and figures just to reiterate. And I know that we have these numbers available. So rapid fire, hot seat.
Well, I guess I should preface this with there's a bunch of different lines within within this system. So yes, you're calling into a couple of teams, but like that one team can transfer tickets out to other teams and things are routed. So I've got numbers for both. So our highest volume for a single day in 2024 is we had 143 calls across the entire system.
Wow.
That is insane.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That same day, 63 of those calls came into just our infield support line. So that's the line that people call I can't figure
That's
out how
the
to
line
run
you
my
two are on.
planner.
Right. Make this work. Yeah. So again, the premise behind it, right? We have a pretty good record system where we record maybe serial numbers, what the problem is, questions we've asked. And if we have to pass that ticket to someone else, they've got a lot of that basic information about that call in front of them, right? So they don't have to ask the same rundown of questions when you're talking about how different departments and we can transfer calls. And you brought that up. So
I'm actually a horrible person to do this podcast because I've never actually called into the line, I guess.
I've only called it for well, no, I have called it the Ops Center line because I'm driving and I need a subscription.
yeah, she has.
Does it say like this call may be monitored for?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So they are all recorded for like training purposes. So yeah, there is like a notification. So when we talk about like our immediate pickup, I think 27 seconds is our response time.
Average.
Give or take.
Yeah.
That is, I think after like all of those like greetings and everything are done.
Yeah.
So there is
27 seconds of ring time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, one of those busy seasons, we get a lot of calls. We can't answer everyone on the spot, and always want to encourage customers to leave a detailed message, right? That way we know we can be ready when we call them back, halfway ready to start attacking that problem if we know what it is or know maybe who the best person is to return that phone call.
Yeah. When I'm working the call line, I will say I have multiple stacked. I mean, there's a little bit of, okay, you called in first, you called in second. But there's also a little bit of a prioritization that happens. Like this is an urgent matter.
Right.
This can wait. And you do that naturally as you listen to voicemails. If we don't have a voicemail, we have absolutely nothing to go off of. So I don't know if I should call you back first and you're down in the field, or I don't know if you should be my last call of the day. Something that you could have easily worked out if you turned your tractor off and turned it back on, and it's probably fixed itself by now. Mm-hmm. So if you don't give us anything to go off of, and we don't need you to read a serial number off, we just need you to tell us, hey, I have this tractor, I'm doing this with it, and I keep having this problem. I've tried this and this. Give me a call back.
Yeah, that helps a lot. It speeds up the process.
It's going to be a lot less annoying for you on the other end of the phone if you have, like, we have that information prepared and it's not like we have to go searching through the book as we're on the phone with you.
Or ask you the same questions over.
Our goal is to crank out as many of these calls, or answers rather, as we can in a day and get everybody up and running as fast as possible.
Yeah, my favorite days are like peak season where you go from 9:30 to like 4:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock. And you're just back to back phone calls. And you're like, wow, this was a really fast, fun day. I love it.
Fast, right.
And so like looking at our call, like duration, most of those phone calls are under 10 minutes total. And a lot of that time, like when you listen to the calls, it's just, okay, let's try tracking a line after we've changed this, or let's run it for a second and see if the change that we made fixed it. So, I mean, actual diagnostic problem solving is probably like 2 or 3 minutes total.
Right.
And not to toot our own horn, but I do feel like we're pretty good about staying on the line. We're not going to leave you high and dry. We're not going to say, oh, you need to change this and this and this. And if it doesn't work, then give us a call back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes there's the case where we have to do that because you're not actively in it, or it's going to take longer. But if it's something like your auto track, you're having issues, we need you to, when you get down to the end of the field, turn around, try to track a line, see if that changes anything, if that worked.
Yep.
That's quick. I mean, we'll stay on the phone with you. I'll talk to you about Purdue basketball.
Well, and also like with RDA, like when you're watching the screen to A, solve the issue, but then like B, find another issue, or C, I guess, testing it, seeing if there's any other issues that arise, like a banner that pulls down at the top of the screen, like that kind of also gives you, oh, this wasn't actually our issue. We have to go in a different direction. So RDA has definitely reduced our time to resolution.
I forgot about RDA.
Remote
I
display.
love
How do you forget about RDA?
Remote display
because
access.
it's the middle of winter.
Right. Which is again makes it key for our customers to be partnered with us in the Ops Center so that we can have that access to RDA and remote into their displays.
And that is a separate box to check in your permissions in Operations Center. So just to call that out, if you haven't done that, that might be a good pre-spring checklist item. If you're doing your work plans and sending your prescriptions, setup files, etc., you're already in Operations Center. Just go in there, find TRULAND under your setup team, and then go to dealers and run through those permissions. Make sure that that RDA capability box is checked.
Or if you're listening to this podcast right now as you're in your office, call us, call the Op Center line. So that phone number and then line 4, that'll take you to Op Center, and you can just ask them if permissions and everything are correct.
It'd be really
Give
fun
them
if this
something
was
to do.
live and we could like hear our phones going off now.
Yeah.
And again, a great time of year to be cleaning. And we're going to be visiting with some customers to work on getting those orgs cleaned up and some things like that done. So RDA is obviously critical. It's incredibly, it probably about doubles the call would be my guess if you don't have RDA. It's twice as hard to solve
at
the problem.
least.
Yeah.
At least. Because
Minimum.
when we have RDA, we know what display you have, number one. And I've solved a lot of questions that I wouldn't have thought because I thought they were just like standard operating. That once you see the RDA, you're like, oh, duh, this is your problem.
Yeah.
My favorite, well, almost favorite.
This is going to be horrible.
Maybe not favorite, but
I already know.
the best way that I wouldn't have solved it without RDA is a guy called, his section control wasn't working, and then his auto track wasn't working. Well, first it was section control, so we focused on that. And then
I already know what this
I
is
finally
gonna
got
be.
to a spot that I couldn't that I could RDA into his screen, and he was having all these issues because his receiver wasn't even on top of the cab. So I wouldn't
Where's the
have thought
receiver?
to
It's
be
supposed to be on top. Is it up there? Nope. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel really dumb asking that question, but
Right.
I wouldn't have thought to ask that until I saw that there wasn't a receiver icon. So we've been talking about this magic phone number. So if you would like to put this phone number in your phone as a contact, the number is 260-296-2391.
Repeat that.
260-296-2391.
And there's 4 or 5 options on that.
There are 4 options. So number 1 is going to be in-field operational support. So you're in the cab, you can't remember what buttons do what, or you've got an issue, or something keeps happening. I think number 2 and 3. I think number 2 is diagnostic. So if you're doing your own service work in the shop, and you need a torque spec, or you need a code clarified or something like that, that's going to go to our service team. Line 3 is commercial hay and SPFH. So those customers have their own dedicated support line just because I am not an
They're
SPFH
special.
pro. You do not want me on the other end of that phone when you have a SPFH or self-propelled forage harvester
Probably
question.
be asking them questions.
Yeah. And then line 4 is going to be Operations Center and subscriptions.
So if you get to the field and realize you didn't have your section control or something like that, or you wanted to get your SF3 and forgot to get that's the line you would call for that, among many other things.
Jordan's checking my work. Okay, so line 2 is SPFH and commercial hay. Line 3 is diagnostics.
Yeah. So in-field operational support, we do. I feel like it's important. I get a lot of questions about when do I call operation assistance and when do I call diagnostic assistance. And I think that those are the big 2 that get crossed a lot of the time.
Right.
Because our team mans line 1, so the in-field operational assistance. So that's why we are clarifying that's when you can't find a button, when you are having issues with XYZ. The diagnostic assistance is our people that are specifically there for service-related issues.
Yeah.
Like if they have a code or something like that, or they're working on their own equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So infield, again, my planner's not planning, right? Something's not on my display.
You're in the cab trying to run.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Or getting stuff set up to run.
And I'm guessing that's where the bulk of the calls come in too,
Yeah.
right? I mean, probably a good 60 or 70% of them, wouldn't you say?
I could probably...
In season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In season, I would almost put 80%.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And it works. Again, it works. I mean, quick response time, staffed with people ready to answer your question. Touch of a phone call usually gets, again, 27-second average response time to a phone call. If someone doesn't answer, please leave a detailed message. You will be heard from very shortly.
Especially after hours. So the hours of that we have like live pickup are going to match our store hours. So when the stores go to extended hours, so does the call center. But if it's like 6:01 and you're calling in, we're still watching that. But if you don't leave a voicemail,
it's going to be on the delayed response.
Here's the thing. If we have a team that's eager, if we see a voicemail that tells us what's going on, you're more than likely to get a pretty quick response, even when we're not technically manning the lines. If you don't leave a message, it's a little bit harder for us to decide if we're going to call or not if we don't know what the issue is and if we can help you or not.
Especially because after hours, we have a lot of that. I'm not saying that we know everything off the top of our heads and we have every tech manual memorized. Obviously, that's not the case. I'm not that good. But there are some common issues that we do know, and you just might not have thought to check that, or it might, once we start asking you questions, it might click. And we can run through. I mean, I think that Courtney jokes around about Andy closing his eyes and seeing a display. I feel like we can all pretty well do that. Now, I'm not going to know every button on every screen on every advanced settings, but for the most part, after hours, I'm more than happy to pick up that call and go through that basic diagnostic.
If it's something you think you can help them with, the bottom line is, as big as our team is, there's somebody on our team that knows, at least one or two people that knows how to fix that issue. If you leave a message, there's going to be somebody that says, "Hey, I think I can fix that real quick," and call you right back. Even if it's 8 or 9 o'clock at night, it's very likely that someone would call back if you left a message.
So for 2024 across the entire company, we had 7,353 tickets come through. Tickets being a call, text, email.
Wow. That's more than I would have thought.
So that includes like parts after hours, service after hours.
7,000?
7,000.
Yeah.
And
wait, 7,353.
You divide that by 365 days.
Yeah, so it's an average of 20 calls a day.
Yeah.
And that was 3,297 customers.
Okay.
So people use it multiple times. It's not
great.
a one and done.
No, that's fantastic. Those are good numbers. I mean, for us being a year and a half into a merger, that's fantastic. So,
yeah.
Keeps you hopping during the season, doesn't it?
Keeps you hopping. But I love it just because I get to hear about like customers in other parts of the territory, because obviously Northwest Ohio runs a little bit different than Western Indiana as far as equipment and field conditions and things like that. I just really love interacting with the wider variety of customers.
And I always like to tell them where I'm at and what store I'm at. So
a lot of people will ask. They'll be like, "Okay, so where are you from? Where are you sitting right now?
Yeah. I think it's kind of fun.
Where are you taking my call from?"
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I love like at like clinics, like they recognize your voice.
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, you helped me one time."
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Now they're gonna say, "Hey, I recognize your voice from the podcast."
Yeah.
I think it's funny because you and I are females.
They get us mixed up all the time.
And so Jordan and Jolynn, and there are so many people like, "Hey, Jordan," and they're like, "Yeah, I just talked to you yesterday," and I'm like, "No,
you didn't. But let me find it real quick.
Did you talk to Jolynn? Is there a difference?" Yeah.
Last year this last round we were on the same day, so that happened a lot.
So good value, good time of year to be to get signed up for this, right? Get it signed up, have it for you. It takes we solve one big problem. We've paid for the subscription.
Oh yeah.
To save a service call. So it's probably one of the best values we have.
So let's dive into that. Let's go into signing up for this. What does that process look like, and pricing, packages, etc. So more of our advanced services for the year of 2025. We're still early, so you are still getting a full year's worth of value if you sign up for those. They run by the calendar year. So our advanced services that cover a full year, quote unquote, is a calendar year. Do you want to give us the rundown on what the precision ag advanced services look like?
Yeah. So just focusing on the call center first. So because of the technology that we can leverage and our ability to avoid service calls, there is a fee associated with those phone calls that you avoid a service call. So that's going to be $50 an issue. But if you just like to have that person in your back pocket that you can just call whenever, 50 times a week, if that's the support that you need, then you can do a whole year unlimited call package for $299. And purchasing that or the advanced services that we'll talk about next, that can go through. You can call the support line and ask to have that subscription, or you can also talk to your account manager or anybody in the store.
Yeah, it's an
They'll
easy.
get you connected to the right people.
It's an easy sign up.
Yeah.
Yep, sure. Yep, and again, great value.
And then, so that's going to cover call center.
And also, I just want to reiterate that if you call more than the amount of, so say you're getting charged $50, if you were to go over the $50 per call, the equivalent of
6 calls.
Yeah. I could have just done the math. Yeah, I guess.
It's okay. You went to Purdue.
At that point, you're
My
gonna,
gosh.
oh
They
wow,
don't
nice.
do they teach math there? I'm not sure.
To further explain that, if there's 6 calls at $50 a call, that's $300. We automatically roll that into
Yes.
a subscription for
Yes.
the call center.
Yep.
Can you save $1 that way?
And I guess I should say, while we're working in Operations Center, that line is free. So we're not charging you to help you with your Operations Center setup.
Correct.
So we're the fees come from if we're avoiding service calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing more infield support. Yeah.
So if you call that number and select number 4, yeah, that's definitely where we're. The only fee that you'll accrue on there is your subscription.
Yeah.
Because-
if you order one. Yeah.
Yeah.
For technology subscription for your
Yes,
equipment.
you will not be charged an extra $50 on top of your SFRTK subscription, but you
Right.
will be charged for your SFRTK subscription.
Yeah. No free SFRTK. Sorry.
Anyway, moving into some of our other advanced services packages.
Yeah, so other ways we can support you. We have our total farm support plan. So this technology that we're leveraging now is not planter only, combine only. Like these systems like AutoPath from Boundaries work that entire year, all season long. So the total farm support gets you support all year long to make sure that you're having a good journey with those kinds of things.
We say all year, but we're really focused on pre-spring, pre-harvest.
Yep. So
Pre-plant, pre-harvest.
you're going to get Operations Center help out of season, making sure that your data is cleaned up, making sure that everything from Operations Center is making it to your equipment, which has gotten a lot easier with the introduction of data sync in the last couple of years.
Right.
We're going to make sure that your software is compatible across tractor planter, combine sprayer, making sure that when you get to the field, if you want to run turn automation, we'll be out there to help get that set up. And then that also does include the full center or the full year of call center.
Right. So preparation readiness, and I think we've got guys that we've done this from, and it's fantastic when you work with them to get their ops center ready in the spring, make sure all their set up and work planning information is going out right. All the machines and displays are matching up. Receivers are updated. Displays are updated. It's amazing how smooth the season goes when all that's done ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then, like you said, if they're trying out new technology packages, so maybe some of the automation pieces, we can help them get those up and running as well. So there's a lot to that support, especially if you're doing it in fall and spring. Can kind of do the same thing going into fall, right? Make sure that variety locator files are ready to go. The combine displays are all set up and updated and ready to go. So it definitely makes the season go smooth.
Do you want to talk about the purchase of equipment and the options that come with that?
Yeah, so when you purchase equipment from us, typically that's included, unless for some reason it gets deducted for the deal for any number of reasons. But that's included because we know that when you switch tractors, switch displays, there is a learning curve. So we can't be in the cab with you all season. So that phone number being included gives you the peace of mind that you'll be able to have a successful start with that piece of equipment.
Never heard anybody say they regretted having the call center subscription.
No.
And if 2025 is not the year that you're purchasing equipment, if you are listening to this podcast and you want free call support for a year,
I do.
be the first person to call or text the support line, the infield or the op center's line, our code word
Phrase.
and our code phrase, and you'll get the first person to do that will have all fees waived for 2025.
So
what's
it's
gonna
a
be our
little
code word?
contest, right? A little listener contest.
Yeah.
So the first person, say it again, the first person to call or text the ExpertConnect line,
Yep.
and what
And select line 1 or 4.
Well, honestly, it doesn't matter. We'll let them all know.
yeah.
Just
And so
put the phone number in your phone and use it.
So going back to our podcast, our last podcast, Jordan, what's our code word?
Green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham. So if you want to know why we're choosing green eggs and ham, make sure and go back and listen to our last podcast, what's up with SFRTK, right?
It's not because any of us are frequently reading.
Right. Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
Right. So the code word is green eggs and ham. Text it or call the ExpertConnect line.
At
260-296-2391.
So the first person to do that after they listen to this podcast gets, again,
1 year of free call support.
awesome.
That deserves a clap.
That was worth an applause.
So before we wrap up, Jolynn, in your own words, since we have you on as our special guest, what do you think this means to not only our customers, but us as a dealership? So internally, as an employee of TRULAND, how does having call center and these support agreements help you?
I think it shows our commitment to our customers that we want them to be successful. It's not like we just want to sell you equipment day after day. Like, we care about that you're utilizing the technology that you have, that you've paid for, that you're having a good experience with it. We're with you every step of the way, that we are truly like partners on your journey, because we only get so many seasons in our lifetime to take that planner out. So if you've got one bad week, I mean, it's
40 chances.
yeah.
Yeah. And again, I mean, it's not like, 40 years ago you sold a tractor, there was very little technology on it. Now the technology is incredible. And, we have a big team. I think it's important. I like to mention that. What do we have? 20 people on our team now?
18, yeah.
And there's multiple other people outside of our team that work that call center as well. But, we've got a strong group of team that share ideas and message each other back and forth and help each other solve problems. And having that type of structure in this support situation gives the customer a lot of available information and problem solving ability that we have to offer. And going back to that call your old buddy on the cell phone thing, this is so much better and so much more efficient, and we've got a great team to back it up.
I just think efficiency is the name of the game anymore. You want your equipment to be more efficient. You want to be more efficient. You want your employees to be more efficient. You want your trucks to be more fuel efficient. I mean, it's all about efficiency. And if it means making one less phone call or having 2 less texts in a day, why not?
So again, it's time of year to think about this stuff. For sure. Let's get...
and it's the time to sign up. If you are interested in this for 2025, not only should you text or call us green eggs and ham, the phrase green eggs and ham.
The phrase that pays?
Yeah. Not only should you do that, but let us know if you're interested. Let your account manager know if you're interested. Any of us can sign you up for any of these packages, and we'd be happy to talk further about any of these things.
A lot going on out there. Let us help take some of that off your plate, right?
Yeah.
In particular with these complete farm technology packages as well. Don't discount those, what we can do with all the updates coming in. And there's just a lot going on. If you got a big fleet of equipment, we can go out there and take care of all that stuff with those total farm support packages as well. So they're a good value.
Yeah.
And definitely being selfish. Like, if you are on a support package and I can get out there before season, and then you're creating less headaches for me in season.
Yeah. That goes back to the seamless efficiency. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Well, going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Okay. Talk to you next time.